What up? What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast. Make sure y'all continue to follow us on our Facebook page. Click the like button. Also, you can follow us on our YouTube channel. Also, you can follow us on Twitter at Barbershop SPOR2. And you can follow us on Instagram at Barbershop Sports Talk Podcast. I'm Trey Fraser. I got my brother Maestro Styles here with me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And we got a special guest in the building. If you are a King Magazine fan, a Jet Magazine fan, this is the interview for you. She's a former model. She's repping the DMV. She's a super huge sports fan. I'd like to welcome Lizz Robbins to the Barbershop Sports Talk podcast. Liz, thank you so much. We appreciate it. How you doing? And what's going on?
Oh, thank you. Thank y'all for having me. I just see myself as a person who loves sports and just follows it and love my DC area and love my DC homies. Just trying to cope, trying to live, just day to day. That's how we do it.
I can dig it. Ain't that what we all doing?
Yes.
Ain't that what
Amen.
we all doing?
Amen to that. And you see, I got my Orioles background going on.
I was just getting ready to
see him with the Yankee stuff on.
Yeah, you know it.
Oh, I'm about to say I need to go get my Nationals jersey or something.
Right.
You probably need to do that. I wasn't thinking, bro. I wasn't thinking. Man, I should have told you, but you had a situation. You had a situation going.
I put my Nationals hat. No, I was sitting here. I said I saw it early. I was like, oh, this is what we doing. And I thought to go get my hat, but I was like, let me rep because I don't got no logo on the back. So I was like, let me stay neutral.
No doubt.
Yeah, I had my Knicks stuff up, but when they announced that baseball was back, I said, let me go ahead and put my orange on, my orange and black, and represent.
Yeah, we're gonna get to some sports talk, but I wanted you to kind of discuss your modeling career, at an early age, and just kind of take us through, why did you decide to get into modeling, and what were some of your greatest moments during this, because you've also done Remy Martin edition. You also done the swimsuit calendar, if I'm not mistaken, and you've done a lot of things. And so take us through that and let the folks know the journey.
The journey. So I kind of stumbled into it. I always, everybody wants to be on page 43.
That's a fact.
With Jet, some people call it, it's the Black Bible. That's why, you got the Bible and then you have the Jet. So I've always wanted to do that. And my friend knew someone who took pictures. Like, people just sent in pictures and they, picked them, but they do have actual, photographers for Jet. So hooked up with him and got into the 2002 issue of Jet. Wow. That was the first time. And B2K was on the cover. Which is wild. Right. That's how long ago it was. Just when they were, bump and were hype. And so after that.
Oh man.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And I don't know, you're from the DMV, but I did a Jet beauty hosting party at Dinosaurs.
Oh yeah.
Remember Dinosaurs?
Mm-hmm.
And they were there and they were around me, and one was like, "What's up?" I'm like, "I could have given birth to you. Let's back that up." And it was interesting. So after that, my friend was like, "You should do a swimsuit calendar." And he's like, "I bet you could put it together and let's lay out a business plan." And at first I'm like, I'm 30 at the time, or getting ready to turn 30. So I was like, oh, yeah. And then I started laying it out, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. So went to Florida, even took some shots in Baltimore, did a 12-month calendar. Mind you, no one knows who Lizz Robbins is. Who is this?
Yeah.
I started selling them in the name of your podcast, Barbershops, and it sold out.
We love it. Yeah, I'm about to say we love that kind of energy. Somebody coming in selling calendars, we love that energy.
No doubt.
Yes. So someone from King got a hold of it and reached out to me and was like, "Do you have a website?" And at the time I was like, "No, just to sell my calendars." Everything was GeoCities back then. So, and you have Black Planet. I'm taking y'all way back.
Oh,
yeah. Oh my God. Like
So
Planet.
I put some, put something together to GeoCities, and like, we're gonna have you, be a participant. We're trying to find a web girl of the year. And I was like, okay. So they put me in the magazine. I was against like 4 other girls, and they had people vote, and I won. So I got a full spread in King. Keisha Cole was on the cover. This is when she just came out. Then I have my name on the cover.
Yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, it was crazy. Next thing I know, I'm hosting parties with like Clinton Portis and Santana Moss and Rod Gardner.
Rod Gardner, good God
Right.
Almighty.
But yeah, it was crazy. And I hosted a party at the Houston All-Star game. And did y'all remember the Two Live Stews?
Yes.
Yep.
During ESPN? So I did their like interview with them and hosted a show and interviewed Shaq, and that was cool. So at this party, I was a judge to find a Remy Martin girl. So it was me, Bobby Valentino, Clint Portis again, Nick Cannon. I think he was just 2 kids in at that time. And I didn't get close to him.
Yeah, she famous, dog.
Yeah.
I have a picture with him, but I don't like the way I look in it. And y'all know how it goes. If I don't look good in the picture I can't do any Diddy crops, you're not seeing it. So, we picked a girl. She was gorgeous, tall, 21. And, I was like, congratulations, went home. 2 weeks later, I got a phone call from the editor of King. And he said, Remy wants you. I said, what? He said, they want you to be their first spokesmodel. The brand manager that was there loved my presence and some other stuff. And the other thing is, Remy wanted somebody who was 25, at least 25. We had picked a girl who was 21.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody looked like they've been drinking.
Right. They've been drinking. So next thing I know, I'm on a plane to New York, signing a spokesmodel contract, getting media training, being a part of like their Black Music Month thing, started touring, doing interviews with like DJ Clue and Joel, what's his name? Joel Santana. It was bananas, and I didn't expect it. But the other crazy thing is I was working a full-time job while I was doing all of this.
Wow.
So
yeah, she was hustling,
my
bro.
laptop, hosted for the day, partying at night. And also in between this, I'm doing the extra stuff. So like I'm doing the West Wing. I did the District, which was filmed in the District with Craig T. Nelson, which he was crazy.
I remember that, yeah.
I did Head of State with Chris Rock, which was crazy. But of course, everybody knows me from my 10 seconds on the wire, and all I'm doing is drinking a fake beer.
Okay, I got a question. So I know somebody who was in Head of State. I want to know if you know this person. She had I went to school with her. She had a 2-second, like a literally 2-second scene. You would have missed her if you didn't know her. LaPortia Johnson. Do you know LaPortia Johnson?
Was she in the Players Ball scene? Because that was the scene I was in.
That's the scene she was in. That's the exact scene she was in.
We were there for a long time, so I probably talked to her because we had a lot of breaks and we were vibing with each other because the scene was so long.
That's hilarious.
All I did was
small world.
Hold up a glass and call it a day. But Chris Rock was cool, cracking jokes in between. Like some people.
Yeah, I gotta watch that movie again.
Yeah. About to say, all she got to do was she got to touch his sleeve or something like that. That's all she got to do.
You know what? I probably either talk to her on that because all of us were kind of like talking because it was it was crazy.
Shout out to LaPortia. I ain't seen her in years. I just remember when she got I just remember. I was like, oh, that's LaPortia.
But yeah, you definitely, if you want to see me in my scene, you got to hit pause.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Yeah, we definitely hit pause on it. Yeah, we definitely hit pause on it.
Right. So after that, we did a Remy calendar with like 4-5 other girls and Turks and Caicos, so that was cool. And then we went around promoting the calendar in Chicago. We went to California, we went to Tennessee, Now Memphis, and it freaked me out because I'm like, I'm not a celebrity, but I had police escorts. I did not know it was like that in Memphis. But we were going to liquor stores promoting, but they had me behind glass.
The glass.
Yeah, so all
you was big time.
Yeah, the crazy part, I'm like, why are police like this? They're like, no, we're protecting you. I was like, it can't be that bad in Memphis. Like,
and it was.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Ask 36 Mafia. Ask them boys.
Yeah. And that's the other part. I hosted a party and I didn't know who he was, y'all. With who's the project chick dude?
He was with Cash Money, wasn't he?
I need a project chick or something. Like I know
Big
that.
Timers?
No, was that?
Okay.
Is that Big Timers?
Maestro, you was thinking the same thing I was. Give me a project chick.
Memphis. Or maybe it was Project Pat. Is he from Memphis?
Project Pat is definitely from there.
Yes.
Okay.
Because you were in Memphis. Okay, it's coming to me because you were in Memphis.
Y'all gotta bear with me.
I got you. No, I would have walked past him too.
So I did that, and then after that, I did a couple more things in King, and after, I just kind of faded back and let the new crop come in. But when Twitter came along, I'm like, I kind of wish, and then I'm like, well, maybe not, but there's more access with Instagram than we had with Black Planet, and I could have pushed my stuff out there, and maybe even had more opportunities. But I did get a fantasy football commercial through Twitter, and they flew me to Dallas, and I shot with the lingerie football team, Dallas Desire. I don't think they exist anymore, but shot with them, and then I got a gig on Channel 9 as their social media manager on the show called Game On, just from my sports tweets.
I remember.
I'm about to say, because you go on Trey. I ain't gonna lie. I followed you when Trey told me that you got that we was gonna do the interview, and the tweets be fire. So I gotta
follow you back.
Yeah, you got some fire tweets. Yeah, you definitely got the fire.
But yeah, that's how the modeling thing went. I mean, people still try to say, well, why don't you still do a little bit? You're not too old, or do this. And I'm like, nah, I'm good.
You straight, right?
I'm like, I said, let the ladies that have it now, let them do their thing. I'm not going to try to, I had my time, and I had a good time.
But I can tell you had a great time. Like I said, you had a lot of experiences. Yeah, that's what's up. That's
what's up. That's what's up. You got a question, Maestro? See, like who's
about I just want to. I want to talk some sports. Now I want to know.
Did I take you through my journey? So I gave you.
No. We don't want to go to the journey. I want to get straight to the smoke.
Yeah.
I understand that you're a Commanders fan, so I just want to get straight on. Right.
Oh yeah, she got the new gear. She got that new gear on.
I respect that.
The team hooked me up. They inboxed me. I was shocked because they said DM, and I was like, okay, what is this? And then they said we're sending out, gear to different fans. So they sent me a hat, couple t-shirts, face mask, what do you call it, scarf, and I was like, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they hooked you up really good.
How you feel about the name change?
With it. I'm good with it. I've been a Washington fan since I was little. My dad, it'll be 6 years this month since he passed, but he took me to my first game at RFK when it used to rock. And
trust me, I live about 5 minutes there. Majority of my life, I live about 5 minutes from there. So
probably shook your house. But I wasn't attached to the name, and over the years, I kind of had a feeling it would eventually change.
Right.
So, right. A lot of people hold on. I'm like, it's a name. I'm about the memories. I have those memories with my dad. I'm not gonna throw away my gear because I paid money for it. So it's in my memory area. And I was actually fine with the Washington football team. So when they came with Commanders, I was like, okay, I can get into it. It's not terrible. Some of the slogans and the nicknames I'm not feeling.
Liz, for me,
the commies.
For me, Liz, it should have been Washington Red Tails for me. And I understand that there's somebody that has they own the patent to the name Washington Red Tails. I felt like Mr. Snyder should have just, paid the man just to get the patent and just call him the Red Tails. That's where I was at with it.
He's so I can't tell you I want a new owner. I think ever since, like, I'm almost mad at Jack Can't Cook for not leaving it to his son.
His son, right.
I was like, I wish, because ever since Dan kind of took over, I mean, y'all don't know the history. Where has this team really gotten won maybe a few playoff games, 2, 3, I can't even think off the top of my head, but they said people were just buying up trademarks on purpose because they hate Dan Snyder. And I believe that. I don't even think that's
totally
a rumor.
believe it.
You know how people put stuff out there? I was like, I believe that. That was their sole purpose, to make sure he couldn't have any name that him or the fans would like really like, including Red Tails.
Yeah. Then it seemed like he just
like all that.
Then it just seemed like he picked a name that was more fitting for the cause, but
take command. But,
especially if they move out to Virginia.
And see, I called that. I had another account. So you said you just started following me. I don't know how long you've been following me, but I had an account called Lizz's Locker Room. Had over
was that an IG account?
Followers. No, this was on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
But me watching the Winter Olympics, I'm watching women's hockey, and I'm trying to help, promote, and nobody's. So, so I put a little clip of the gold medal game, right?
Yeah.
Next thing I know, I'm getting a letter from Twitter with a letter attached that was sent from the IOC. Yeah, saying that it was a violation, that their trademark account snatched. You all, I have appealed several times.
They grimy.
And I'm not fighting the IOC.
That's a crazy fight. That's a crazy fight. And imagine not being able to share I don't understand that idea.
I'm helping y'all out.
Yeah, right. And you need the help.
Yeah, like no one was checking, maybe people were checking for the Winter Olympics, but the women's hockey.
Yeah. Let's be clear. Me and Trey run a sports podcast, and I can promise I've known this brother for almost 20 years, maybe over. He ain't never watched it, and I know for damn sure I ain't never watched it.
Facts. Facts.
Exactly. But yeah, I posted the letter on Twitter once, and no one, they're like, "You should fight it." I'm like, "For what?"
Yeah. Don't waste your energy on that
account. And the crazy thing is, I created the Puck account just for my hockey tweets.
Right.
Got it.
Right.
Silly me posted it on my main account. So now I kind of want to, I'm mad at myself because I'm like, I should have posted it over there, got that account snatched, which had like 200 followers at the time instead of the main account, but I didn't, I'm in the wrong account. I pulled a KD, I'm on the burner. Like, but I do like not having as many followers though, if that.
Really?
Yeah.
I get why. I do understand why. I've never had a whole bunch of followers, but I could totally understand from the few stupid people that I respond to why I wouldn't want a whole lot of it.
Yeah. So the main thing I miss is the @ names that I don't remember. And I found a lot of people, but I couldn't find, I'm wondering, where's, so-and-so, but I don't remember their @ name because it's got some kind of weird character name.
Right.
Something like that.
So Liz, you got a new quarterback in town. What's your thoughts about Carson Wentz coming to DC in the trade?
Let's see. I've been practicing. He only threw 7 interceptions last season, and in 2017 he had a great season. He's the reason why the Eagles got to the Super Bowl. He's a nice guy. He's very charitable.
Got to the playoffs. I'm sorry.
Yeah. So he's very charitable. He'll do a lot of good things for DC.
Let me just say, I am super thankful for Carson Wentz, and I'm glad that you guys have him. If not for Carson Wentz, Pittsburgh would not have been in the playoffs this past season. So I am forever indebted to Carson Wentz that Ben Roethlisberger got into the playoffs for his last year, no matter how bad he played in that one game.
So y'all Mason Randolph it is, or Dwayne
well,
Haskins?
I'm the only.
Haskins.
Ain't no y'all. It's him.
Yeah, but it's just me. It's
him.
Me. He's a Ravens fan.
Right.
He's a Ravens fan.
Oh, so y'all battle
all the time.
All the time.
I think it's the reason why we started the podcast to begin with. To be honest with you, I tell you what, I'm not looking for any expensive quarterbacks. I say that, but the Steelers timeline is promoting Deshaun Watson heavy since Tuesday, so fingers crossed. Be honest with you, I don't want him, but who am I to say Deshaun Watson don't come to Pittsburgh? Who am I?
Right. And see, 3 hours before that trade happened, I tweeted about not wanting Carson Wentz on the team.
Mm-hmm. And I want to be clear. He choked against Jacksonville for them to make the playoffs. And he choked the week before that too. That's why they got rid of him.
Yeah, I said, I was reading, and again, you read, even though it's a verified check, it doesn't mean it's true, but a couple of the indie folks said that the relationship had broken down and that Jim Irsay wouldn't even meet with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's telling.
Yeah. But then, the players, after, he was traded, they sent out some really kind of, a lot of positive messages. So I'm like, when they question his leadership, but then you have players coming out, like saying how, how great he was and a great teammate, great leader.
I saw
iffy,
I saw Darius Leonard. I saw Darius Leonard tweet earlier that he's like, here we go again. This is the 5th or 6th quarterback, in the last 6 years for the Colts, because Andrew Luck left, and then they had a whole bunch of revolving door of quarterbacks come in.
Right.
So he's not happy.
Yeah.
Well, so I am not a Commanders fan, obviously, but I do wish you guys the best, even though I don't think it's going to go very well for you.
Y'all know, I want the best for Terry. Like he's a star. He's a star.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like he deserves. I don't want another talent like that to be wasted. And he's a top talent. And I know both of y'all would take him on your team.
Absolutely.
100%.
Absolutely.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. So I'm
I think you're a quarterback away from being top 5.
Yep. So I'm like, if Carson Wentz can get him the ball, but where my confidence level is right now, I'm just like, I'm processing.
Yeah. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair.
No doubt.
I have been publicly eviscerated for defending Carson Wentz early on in the season when he was on his run of winning some games. So maybe you'll get some of that magic. But I know one thing: Dallas fans don't believe it at all.
Oh yeah, and y'all probably seen me tweet on my mom's side, it's all Cowboys fans. She's from Oklahoma, so my brother, Cowboys, cousins, all that. So they, giving it to him, giving it to me. And when my brother texted me, he was like, "Nice pickup there."
Mm-hmm.
And I said, "Okay, I can read between the lines. Okay, you got."
Hey. Well, hey, the owner gotta pay child support now, so they got some issues going on there.
Jerry got caught in 4K. It's not shocking. That doesn't shock me. Were y'all shocked?
Not at all.
No,
not at all.
Nope.
Not at all. I wouldn't be surprised if every one of these owners got illegitimate kids that they told to be quiet. They're like, come on, unfortunately, you're rich and you get to hush people with your money. So
right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
So Liz.
We'll see.
So Liz, I've noticed a couple interesting things about the trio of teams that you root for. So you're a Commanders fan, you're an Orioles fan, and you're a Knicks fan. I'm a Knicks fan myself as well. So 2 things. In the last 20 years, you can argue, if you had to pick a list of the worst owners in professional sports, you can argue that those three teams ownership is probably, if not the top three, in that top five.
Man, you put thought into this interview. Good God.
Yeah. Look, he did his homework, right? No doubt. I mean, Angelo's with the Orioles in the background. I don't even talk about him anymore. I have no words. Dolan, I mean, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, he'd rather be playing in that whack band that with those Bamas. Now I'm getting DC, but he'd rather.
Hey, go in.
And then Snyder is something new every week. I'm like, what is it? What's going to be the last straw? Like what what's his the Panthers do, Jerry Richardson. Like
Richardson.
Yeah, where is the last straw for Dan Snyder? Like when is it? Are they going to say, okay, dude, you got to sell the team unless he's got some dirt on the other owners? All this stuff, and there's supposed to be more stuff coming out. So I'm like, it's time. And the other investors have backed away. You know, Tanya Snyder can't be the face forever. You know, I'm with everybody.
That's an interesting point you say. Like, what is it going to take for somebody to step in and say enough is enough? Because enough is a damn enough. Enough is enough. Like, it's just ridiculous. This guy don't even have the. And let's be clear, I'm not a advocate of any of the foul things he's been doing, but he's not even smart enough to pay somebody. Like, geez Louise, just tell him to be quiet.
Nothing. You know, I'm like, you know, we found the John Gruden emails. He don't have no emails. Like there's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, the payoffs and the stuff in court should be enough to get him out of there. Like, where's the rest of the documents? And they let him
Maestro,
investigate himself.
You was in my head, man. I was thinking,
where's Vince Stiviano?
You're gonna have to get a V Stiviano to get him up out of there. I've been saying, Liz, I've been saying the same thing about Dolan all these years. When's V Stiviano gonna come through and catch him saying some racist stuff?
Right. What does it take? Even when Zeke was here, Isaiah Thomas, like getting caught up in all that, Dolan had his hand in that too, but he, you know, came out clean.
Yeah, came out clean. That is a fact.
I'm like, Snyder's got to know where some bodies are buried. It has to be something else.
Oh, absolutely.
Because this stuff.
Do you think that Dan Snyder is rich broke? You know what I mean? Like, why do you think he wouldn't be paying these people? Is he really just that stupid, or you think he ain't got the money like we think he do?
I do think he's got the money. I actually used to work in the same building with him, and his helicopter used to fly on top at Snyder Communications. He's got a lot of other investments. Six Flags is an investment, but a lot of real estate and property. So I don't think he's broke. I just think he's a narcissist and just whatever. Like I'm untouchable. I mean, even him doing that little dance like this, like yes, go away. Like you know, and then from, I don't know if y'all have seen some of those court documents, but from the way he bullies people and just kind of the way he runs the organization, it's horrible.
Yeah, I've heard. Yeah,
it's horrible. And
grimy stuff.
Yeah, right. Straight up grimy. I mean, the whole film and cheerleaders thing was disgusting.
Yeah. The whole passports. The whole passports when they were overseas doing photo shoots and stuff and holding their passports back like that.
Nasty behavior.
Yeah. I don't. Where's the line?
You know, I don't know. Yeah, that's an interesting point. Where's the line? Because I mean, I remember when we covered that whole trip where they were holding passports and all that, and I was just like, man, I thought that should have been enough right there, but
right.
Apparently not.
So Liz, I have one last question for you, and it's Knicks related. So obviously this is a disappointing season for the Knicks, but the only thing I'm getting enjoyment out of is that watching RJ Barrett grow up and watching him get better is really the only reason that I'm still intrigued with the Knicks season. What are your thoughts on how the season's playing out?
So the Knicks have had a nice little run there.
3-game win streak.
4-game streak. Is it 4?
3-game win streak.
3-game. why do I think it's 4? Mind you, I'm just getting back from Alaska, so don't.
It's all good. That's what jet lag would do to you. It's all right.
But last night I was excited. Like that's what I want to see. And when you have a young talent like RJ Barrett, who has the potential of being a superstar, he's already showing leadership qualities, and you have fans of other teams wanting to watch him. That's how you know you have a superstar, and you got Quickly, and I'm hoping the Knicks are able to keep Mitchell Robinson.
Obi Toppin.
Yeah.
And some of them other kids too, like Grimes and Jericho Sims. I like him too.
Yeah.
But Thibodeau's got to get those guys minutes. That's the real issue.
Yeah. And a Bulls fan told me Tibbs will run those dudes in the ground. And I was like, well, maybe he won't do that here. Yeah.
He's done it.
And what happened to the Julius Randle that we saw last year? That's not the same dude. It was it's a body snatcher. Or the Monstars got him. But it's not the same intensity. It's not the same.
Yeah, it's as if once the fans came back into the building during that Hawks series, he just completely changed into a different guy from that point on.
I mean, we have Christopher DeBarge lighting us up. That's what I call Trey Young. But it's crazy. But I think, and I hate to keep saying rebuilding, but with those core players we just talked about, it's a promising team. Obviously, it's not going to happen this season.
I'm a Wizards fan, so at least you got some young boys to look forward to.
You got the unicorn.
Porzingis.
All yours.
He dropped 25 in his debut.
They called us crazy for getting rid of him. The Knicks were crazy. Why did they do that? Now folks are seeing.
And the Knicks are still crazy in some ways.
Yes. Yeah, but I think I don't know why I'm saying we, like I play point guard. We need a point guard. But
be invested. You involve yourself.
It's a nice core to start with, but it's just, I think at this point it's time to have the conversation about Tibbs. It may be time for him to go.
Oh, it's fire Tibbs for me. It's still fire Tibbs for me. Even after the 3-game win streak, it's still that for me. # fire Tibbs. It's time. Because, again, and I can compare the Commanders and the Knicks because they kind of go in the same, it's like they both have given me the same trouble with the owner, with the coaches, with some of the players. It's like a parallel. Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Well, I'm still here, though. I'm not going anywhere. I
suffer. That's the thing. That's
what us sports fans do.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
You mentioned the 2 Live Stews earlier, Liz. I want to give a special shout out to the OG Doug Stewart. Doug Stewart discovered our podcast 5-6 years ago, and he put us on his platform for a couple of years, and we kind of been this machine. I was about to call ourselves a machine, but we're
that's
just
what we are. We a little machine, but
we a little machine. We a little machine. We've been that. We've been that ever since. We've been that ever since. So shout out to the OG Doug Stewart. Liz, thank you so much for hopping on the podcast.
Thank y'all for having me on. I appreciate it. Just little old me. I appreciate it.
You are way more interesting than some of the other people. I'll give you that.
Yeah, and you've had an interesting life too, based on your stories. So that was great.
That you talk sports. You ain't. I saw that. I'm not a big sports person. Believe it, I don't know what Trey's opinion about his sports knowledge is. I know mine is limited. I don't care. I talk what I want to talk, and if you don't like it, you can fight me.
That's right. Exactly. It's fun. Sports supposed to be fun. Some people take it to a level where it doesn't need to go. Supposed to have fun with it.
Have fun. Yeah. Loosen up. So again, Liz, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And we look forward to doing this hopefully once again down the line.
Oh, absolutely. I would be more than happy.
No doubt.
That's what's up.
All right. Go Commanders.
All right.